Hi, this is David Marsh with eminitradingstrategies.com. In this day trading video, we're going to do some live trading. Today is July 14th, 2010. Now, we're in no zone right now. What no zone means is that we avoid normal system entries, otherwise known as NSEs. Yesterday, July 13th, and even earlier pre-market, we've had NSEs that are in no zone that we avoided that would have been good trades. Here's a good example. Pro Indicator version 2 is a software program that is an optional purchase with our Tick Trader course that plots the system entries and the no zones right on your NinjaTrader charts. This is an NSC would be. It was suppressed because it was a no zone, but we would have had a short NSC here, and you could see it would have been a nice short trade. So sometimes you think, well, we should just take these NSCs. Well, no zone is there for a reason. We have these rules for a reason, and here's a prime example of why we don't take NSCs in no zones. All these little gray dots are where NSCs would have been. This would have been a long, a short, a long, short, long, short. All these would have been losing trades. This could end up, costing you 4 to 5 ticks on each losing trade. We could have been potentially down 2 or 3, 4 points by just taking NSCs. Even though an NSC is my bread and butter trade, there's times I want to avoid it. Then there's times I really want to get into it, and that's when we come out of no zone. So this yellow and this orangish color back color, these are different rule sets that put us in no zone, which basically means we're waiting for the market to break out of a range, because it's obviously in one, before we take NSCs. And when it does, the NSC is typically a much stronger NSC. That's a high probability setup. And over the last few weeks, we've been doing a lot of videos where I've been simply taking higher probability trades. And that's what I'm going to try to do today. So again, the emphasis here is that there's going to be times following the rules will keep you from a winner, and sometimes following the rules will put you into a losing trade. We don't take winning trades all the time. I can't emphasize that enough. Part of day trading for a living is realizing and expecting to take losing trades, and more importantly, knowing what to do when you take a losing trade. And it's all about avoiding losing trades. So sometimes you can say, well, we could have had this short NSE even though it wasn't valid, but if you take that invalid NSE, you got to take all these invalid NSEs, and you got yourself in a world of trouble. So this is a prime example again, not to beat a dead horse, why we have the no zone rules, because the probability of the NSC has been decreased. So I'm going to pause the video, and hopefully we'll come out of no zone and we'll catch an NSC out of no zone, and we'll get it live for you on video. In our continued efforts to produce live videos as often as we can, we put them up on our blog. We get a lot of requests to keep doing it. You guys like to see real results, so I try to do these as often as I can. So let me pause the video and we'll come back here shortly. All right, we're back. We are at a no zone. We know that. I'm using Pro Indicator, so the color gets turned off. It goes back to my white background. And of course, I teach all the rules that if you don't want to use Pro Indicator version 2, or perhaps you're not a NinjaTrader user, I still teach you all the rules that will give you all these no zones. It's just nice to see it visually on your screen. But in any event, if we get a normal system entry, I want to take it. It will be to the long side. And how I'm doing it, I normally just use 2 different targets. Sometimes you can use 3. I'm using 1 and 1. You could use 2 and 2, or any variation based on your risk tolerances and your risk capital. Sometimes I'll do 3 targets, and I'll do that when my long-term filter is, say, close to going long. I'll put one out for about 12 to 14 ticks, and do 4 and 8, or maybe 6 and 8, or 10, depending on the volatility of the day. We've got some pretty good movement today, so if I could do a third contract, or a third target rather, with a third contract or whatever multiplier you want to use, and go for even more, and kind of hold that out there to see if my long-term filter were to go long. Then if it could, I could let that run up. So a couple different ways you can trade this, or you could just simply say, well, it's a good income trade. It's a high probability trade. I'm just going to, whether you're trading 1 contract or 20 contracts, you just want to grab 4 quick ticks. There's nothing wrong with that either. Trading for income is what I teach. Trading for income is what this is all about. But because it's a high probability setup, the opportunity to get more profit is there, so I want to go ahead and grab it. So I've got my stop strategy set for 4 ticks on this one, meaning if we get filled on a trade and it goes 4 ticks in our favor, take my stop loss to fill price. This one I'm going to give it a little more room to breathe. I'm going to move my stop loss to entry after 6 ticks of positive price movement. So let's go ahead and pause again. I thought we were getting ready close to get an NSE, but we are going to get low on time here, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this video and we'll come back in a bit. Okay, we're back. We're close to getting a normal system entry. I want to enter this trade if we get it at 87.75 limit. That's my worst case fill. I'm jumping in 87.75. Got filled at 87.75. Sometimes you get filled better. If price action were to have closed down here, I could have got some positive slippage, but I'm happy at 87.75, and that's where I'm at. This is a high probability normal system entry. Does that mean it's going to win for sure? No, nothing is guaranteed in the world of trading, but it is a high probability trade, so it is a trade that I do want to be in. Coming out of no zone, we saw a lot of sideways action. We avoided all those losing trades, and now it's time to get into one. So see if we can pop up towards 88.75, let one off, get our stop loss up, and see if this market wants to run up and take it from there. Now, I don't have my long-term filter on my screen, but I am keeping a close eye on it, and it's getting in the realm of wanting to go long, but it's not quite there yet. So, unfortunately, probably by the time it did go long, I'd already be exited out here. It probably wouldn't even go long until after 89, 75, or 90 in that area. But that could change if the market kind of goes sideways and things kind of catch up. But let's let this trade cook. We are getting low on time, so I'm going to pause this video and we'll come back here towards the end of the. All right, we're back. We're just going to go ahead and stop this video and start a new one. As yesterday I went over time there, so I want to go ahead and stop it really quick and turn it back.